Hello there, it's Roisin O'Connor here with you again, and on this video I want to talk to you about the latest book that I'm reading. The latest book I'm reading is called Tell to Win. I hope you can see that clearly. I know I've got the sun in the background. Tell to Win by Peter Guber. Peter Guber produced and directed Gorillas in the Mist, Rain Man, Midnight Express, The Colour Purple, Batman. So basically, he can tell a good story. And what he's done with this book is he's gone back and he's looked at his life, his past. He's looked at the times in his life where he's been able to win people over to his way of thinking by telling a good story. And I've always been fascinated with writing. I love writing. And I've always thought, well, I can tell a good story writing, but can I tell a good story speaking? Often I stumble, I fall when I speak. My thoughts come flying a mile a minute, and I feel like I can't tell a very good story. So that's why I'm really loving this book, because basically, it goes into everybody can tell a story. Everybody has a story to tell. So, it goes through lots of things, starting off, with the history of storytelling. It goes into the tribes, like in Papua New Guinea, which brings me to think, I'm Irish, and in Ireland there was a tradition of storytelling called Ag Buchan Tíocht, which was to go around to other people's homes in the countryside. And basically that's what people would do. They'd tell stories, they'd sing songs. My memory of that from learning Irish as I was growing up is a lot of the time people told stories of woe, stories of famine, hardship, the suffering that took place in Ireland. So that's not such a positive thing. I'm sure there were positive stories being told, but they're not the ones that were brought into the history books. They're not the ones that were brought into the textbooks in the schools when I was around. So luckily nowadays people are becoming more aware of educating themselves to own their lives by self-development, and realizing that, if we don't reprogram our mind every single day, it's going to be programmed for us by the media, by politicians, by the present educational system. And that's actually one thing that Peter Guber talks about, is that the society now is so used to MBAs and graduate students being in positions, of power within society. And a lot of these graduates have learned to talk in terms of data very, very theoretically, following laws. Like, I studied business and finance. You'd never guess it, but I did. And I remember learning the law of finance 1942, whatever. Like, what sense did it have? It definitely didn't have any sense for me. Talk about being a huge mismatch, myself and business and finance. Thank God I found what I love doing with mentoring and network marketing. Thank God I found it. That's all I'll say. So basically, I want to keep this video short. It's an introduction to this wonderful book that I would highly recommend. And in another video I'll tell you some stories. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to tell you some stories and bring them back to what we're doing and what I'm doing today, and something that might click with you. Okay, so enjoy reading it whenever you get around to it. Obviously don't feel like you have to read everything now, because that you'll just be overwhelmed. But bit by bit, you can prepare a list of the books that you'd like to read, and you'll get there. You'll get through them. But remember, there are always wonderful new books coming out.